All right, I think we're here.
Hi.
And I think the new intro that was literally just finished about 30 seconds ago.
The reason my face looks the way it does?
Yeah.
It's because
that intro.
My heart rate is, I just ran up the stairs. And that intro was just uploaded.
Yes.
Probably 30 seconds before we sat on this couch.
Yep.
So.
That was a little project, one of those non-planned projects, is that what we call that?
Well, I had a lot more that I needed to get done, but that's all I got done.
Oh, so it was just something fun to do.
All right, double thumbs up if you can see us and you can hear us.
Yes.
And while you're catching up to the time where I asked that question, because we have about a 20-second delay.
Yep.
I just want to welcome everybody, and welcome our members and our lurkers and all of our villagers, because y'all are villagers. Whew, I am
yeah,
that was
tired.
Kind of epic.
Yeah, she was freaking out a little. She was like, let's be honest here. You know how to use Photoshop really good for all those pictures and things you do, and the
website and all that
and
stuff.
I'm sometimes sitting there like, I can't figure out how to do this. I'll spend an hour trying to figure it out, and she'll come by and be like, all you have to do is click, 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 and it's done. And I'm like, yeah. That took me 2 hours, and you did it in like 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. She was working on that countdown, and I took over at like second 15. I was like,
the numbers, each number, the way it all works, each number is individually placed. And my OCD is like,
one number at a time.
The beat. No, it has to hit the beat. I can't watch a countdown and it's not to the beat of the music.
Right.
That's like my OCD-ness.
It
wasn't lining up.
Yeah. And then we figured it out and it worked. So I guess we're working. I see a lot of thumbs up.
Lots of double thumbs up.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
I think a couple might even gotten hidden by accident because YouTube.
Yeah, because YouTube's weird.
YouTube's wondering what's going on. Like, there's a lot of emojis. Yeah. So.
Stella. All right. Before anybody asks a question about Stella's head.
Yes.
Because she is like showing off her boo-boo right front and center here.
Yeah, she is.
First of all, like she's on drugs for it, so it's okay. Don't send
medicine.
Drugs. Yeah, drugs. Prednisone, antibiotics. So she's all hyped up on that.
It's because Piper chewed on her head.
Piper chews on her whole body, and Stella doesn't mind. But the one little, it was a little like scratch. She ended up itching it like forever, and it turned into a hot spot.
Yeah.
So we tried to treat it ourselves. We shaved it down.
Oh, she's leaving.
Yep. She's like, peace out.
She's like, talking about me.
I shaved it down. I treated it like a hot spot that she has had in the past. But she needed a little, and we've been successful in treating her hot spots in the past at home without antibiotics and a vet visit. But this one needed a little extra attention.
Yeah.
So she's got her antibiotics and her prednisone on board.
Yep. Because Piper uses her like a chew toy.
And still does. Especially the nubbins.
Yep.
Piper likes to chew the nubbins.
Yep, they do. So yeah, that was
we didn't get to do our Q&A. Like, what are we allowed to talk about?
Yeah, normally
what are we not allowed to talk about?
Somebody said, Aaron, let's see the hair. They just saw it again. Oof. Because, I don't know what to say. I take the hair, the hat comes off. People have figured that out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we normally sit up here for about 5 minutes, maybe even 10.
Sometimes like 15, 20 minutes.
Sometimes we eat dinner here, and then we're like,
okay, I get all the dishes off.
Because we're going live soon. Yeah, today was not like that. No.
Stella and Piper were going potty outside.
I was talking to them live. I'm like, Piper's pooping. We'll be right there.
5:59, and I got to do my hair, but didn't get to do my makeup.
Yeah.
So, if I look tired, it's just because I don't have my face on.
So supposedly, there's a new update to StreamYards, which is the application we use to stream.
Okay.
So we all know. That's the one that allows us to like put, here, this is a good one, to like show comments and pop them up on the screen and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The application is called StreamYards, and they came out with an update. We might be streaming to 4 places at once tonight.
Oh.
I tried. We got.
And your phone's not on.
My phone's not on. Is yours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my phone telling me we're live.
That you're live?
Yeah.
That's good.
Mobile live dashboard. Look at that. I didn't know we had one of those. Nobody's watching. That's okay. That's Twitch. Nobody's live. Nobody's watching on Twitch.
Nobody
But
knows that.
Twitch, Facebook, obviously YouTube, and now Twitter. Because it used to be Periscope, and nobody used Periscope, and I think something happened where Periscope's gone because everybody on Twitter was talking about buy Periscope, and it's over. And now we can stream to Twitter. So I'm supposedly streaming to Twitter, but I don't know if it's working.
So I did make a little bit of an announcement today in the live chat about some new emojis.
Am I fired? Oh, no.
No, but that is a question coming up later that was submitted.
Got it.
Not by me.
Yes.
So I created a picture. Can you scroll over to
I will find our picture.
Our pictures. And so we did. I originally announced that we only had.
You uploaded a lot of pictures.
I did.
Oh, you've been busy. Okay, here it comes.
I've been so busy.
Yes, I was just mowing the lawn. That's all I was doing. Welcome, Tammy, to the Chaos crew. Tammy jumped in.
So
I just saw it pop up there.
I see that.
Yeah. So here we go.
So yeah,
there's your picture.
So I originally announced that we only had 5. Turns out we have like 9. I replaced some old ones that nobody really uses anymore. And so we've got #chaos because apparently
top left-hand corner, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna go from top left.
Because you guys can't see us.
Yeah, over across the top. We got the #chaos, which every farm needs apparently. We got a chicken for those moments that the chickens lay an egg and the whole chicken coop erupts. We have a little drawing of Moo and #fake farmer because we're fake farmers. And then Piper, because Stella, Piper was feeling left out. The ducks, every time the Affleck family goes and
starts quacking.
Yep. And then we actually have a drawing of Genevieve and then a purple heart with Syman Says Farms, which might be my favorite, but I have like a couple top favorites. And then we had a request for a green tractor.
No. Oh, we have a green tractor.
So I'm sure that we will use the green tractor on like muck out days and stuff.
Possibly, yeah. That's pretty good. So now, for those of you that don't know how to get to the special emojis,
right?
Can you teach? Without showing, because we can't do the special emojis while we're in this application.
So all of the members emojis, if you type in a colon and SSF, it'll pop up the emoji section of like all of the custom members emojis. And if you want to look, if you were to look through the whole catalog of emojis, including like the normal.
So if you just click the emoji button, they show up
every once in a while. I'm seeing like we're glitching.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not really sure what's
not much I can do about that. Oh, maybe it's because my belly's too big.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. So like Lynn Margaret, can you pop hers up on the screen?
Sure. Let me go see.
If you type in the colon SSF, and you that will pop up. I don't know how many emojis there are now. I think there's like 20 or 21 of them. And then that'll show you a whole preview of the custom emojis, or you can click on the happy face that's underneath your chat button. Do you want to come up?
I don't see Lynn Margaret's here.
Oh, okay. Well, she was there.
Oh.
Come here. Come on up. But yeah, that's what it is. They are getting the glitch too. I saw it twice.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have to work on a hazel emoji, I know.
Yes, somebody said hazel emoji.
Yeah, there's 20 emojis now. So I don't have options for any more emojis until we get more members. Like that's how it works. The more members you get, and I'm glad people are figuring this out.
How do they figure that out?
Yeah, I read about that today in our members. They're allowed like a free banner or something. It's called something like that. For every month that you are a member, you get to put up a highlighted message of being like, "Hey, I'm
a member."
That's
That's included in your membership. Like that's they don't pay because that popped out like crazy. Let me see if I can pop it up.
Chris's peppermint.
You guys might see it in here. You can see these bright lines that pop up. Obviously, we can read those way easier than the normal.
Yeah,
chat
but it's kind of like your own announcement. So everybody like floods out, and you can type your own message. Apparently, like Tracy did.
Now, I don't know if I'm seeing those over here.
I don't know.
Let's go. And we're going to get to
everybody's figuring it out now, though. So for every month you're a member, you get access to one of those highlighted chats that you can put in. I guess you can put it here, or you could put it in the Cassie's Castle, like the chats. I don't know.
Yeah, they could probably put it in normal
I personally
chats.
Don't know how y'all are doing it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because... Yeah. Well, I just don't know.
Well, I haven't even been a member for a month. I've only started paying to chat in my own chat room for about 3 days. So yeah. I'm still a newbie.
Yep, you are.
So we'll figure it out.
You are.
As I go along, I'll figure it out. You know, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I have to pay to chat my own channel. And Tyler and Quinn actually shed tears the other day when we told them they're not allowed to chat in our channel anymore. And I'm not giving an 8-year-old a credit card to chat in our channel. So it kind of hurts, but we're trying to figure out a way. We actually did come up with a concept that might work to be able to let Tyler chat.
Yeah.
But we don't know yet. We might give it a shot.
So
I don't know how to do it.
Nope. So
found it.
Somebody said Tracy said see free super chat or something like that.
Oh, is that what it's
Susie
called?
said click on the super chat $ tab, and apparently
it comes up
you
there.
hit the $ and it should say get a free banner.
Got it. That's cool.
That's really cool. And okay. I guess you get one of those for every month you are a member.
Oh.
That's what I was reading about today. I had never seen that before. It might be a new...
They're blowing it up now.
I know. I love it. Look at that. That's
I've never seen that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So,
now I can't do it because we're running through another app. So I can't obviously do it here, but that's...
Yeah, and it'll show them
what I did notice, though, just so we know, is none of the ones where they do the super chat free.
And now the entire chat, now y'all look the same.
Figured it out. Yep.
Oh, man.
Let's take a picture of this just so we can see
it. Yeah, that's really
here.
funny.
Yeah, because I didn't know what the hell that was.
It is new.
Yeah. Yep. And it says they're months across the top, I guess.
Yeah, so just... Kathy.
And Kathy's pops out in red.
Oh my goodness. You can see hers up there.
They might be able to see it. Yep, right up there.
Right up there.
It pops up different color.
Oh my goodness. And see, now I feel real bad because I was going to, after my special intro, I was going to do a new, thank you very much.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten to the thank you very much one. So we'll go back to one of the old thank you very much
Thank you so much, Kathy. You are always spoiling us.
Where is it? Wait a second. Kathy's the one that sent the darn chocolate covered
pretzels. She sent everything.
Oh my god, chocolate covered pretzels just showed up.
And popcorn and
all right, hang on.
Everything. Hey.
Billy's so big now.
He is
not
so much
Billy.
bigger now. That's baby Billy.
That is baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
So that's cool.
That's
New
really
emojis
cool.
are in. New emojis. You spent hours on those today. This new little banner thing's kind of neat. I never knew about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very hard to read chat, but it's okay because we have 26 questions that have come in via the form. Which was our attempt to make it so even if you're not a member, you can still ask questions. That was really what it was. So for those of you that are obviously chatting, you can throw a question in chat. We may or may not get to it because we are definitely going to focus on the ones that came in through the form. So nobody really feels left out. If they have a dying question they want to ask, send it in through the form. Hopefully you sent it before we went live. We will try to check, but that'll be us hang on a second.
Right. And I know there's a couple of them that came in a little late. Yeah. I think we have to put a cutoff time so that I know as I'm doing these in the afternoon, all right, if they're not in by 4:00.
Because we obviously want to give you guys that spotlight time so where we can put your question on the screen, and we can't do that electronically now because it's coming in through a form, so it's all manual process. So it took hours today to move all those questions.
Well, it's one of the reasons I didn't get to the moves. Thank you very much.
Right. Yeah. So we have to move all those questions. It's harder, but we want to keep people happy. So you send a question in via the form. We take that form and move it into the software.
It's much against popular belief. We would love everybody to be happy.
Yes. We try.
We try.
Yeah. It's just I've been told it's not possible.
We didn't do very good this past week, but that's okay.
It's been a rough week.
We digress. The
videos haven't even come out yet.
We do have a lot of good questions.
Okay.
And
so where am I going?
The sun will set and Moo will start yelling.
Yes. So we will move to questions. Did you put them in any particular order?
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Kind of. The top ones were the first ones that came in.
So I'll start with the top?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Here we go.
Okay. Hopefully it works. Okay, so Sean H asks, is it unusual for a buck not to be interested, such as Gus is displaying right now? Is it due to his age? So a lot of breeding questions came in, and
it was
obviously because
let's talk goats.
Let's talk
breeding
goats.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all we're doing right now is breeding goats. Somebody at the shake place asked me, so what are you guys up to today? I was like, Angie, don't tell them.
Yeah.
Just tell them about the soap. Don't tell them about the goats.
Yeah.
Because it's embarrassing. Yeah. So I was actually pretty surprised about Gus. We put 80. No, not. Yes.
Yeah, we tried.
Did put 80 in there because I didn't really think she was in heat yesterday. So I felt like,
yeah,
that was a good test for him to see if he would be interested. What I did notice about Gus is that he's not peeing on his face yet.
Yeah, so he's not acting like a buck in rut.
Yeah, so he's not
so hormonally, he probably just hasn't hit puberty yet.
Right.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
Yeah, so Moo went in there with him. Moo scared him. Moo was in standing heat. We couldn't take the chance.
Moo was ready, and then Moo got frustrated because Gus wasn't doing his job.
Right.
Roman started doing Gus's job, which was bizarre to think about since Roman is Moo's son. So that was weird. We did separate Roman from Gus. We put Roman in the little red barn just while we were breeding Moo, in hopes that maybe Gus would feel less intimidated having a friend there watching.
Yeah.
And Gus just didn't want to do anything. So in order to not miss Moo's heat cycle, we did breed her to Grayson.
Yeah. Which is her normal breed.
So that was a
little disappointing, but we don't want to miss it. So
it was, for me, it was a lot disappointing.
Right, of course.
I've been looking forward to the moment that I decided to keep Gus. It was with the intention of breeding Moo to Gus.
Yeah, so
and
it might be next year.
Right. The thing is Moo's getting up there, and you never know what's going to happen between today and next year.
Yep.
So every buck matures at a different rate, and he was a early March kid, so he's 6.5 months old. He's just not there yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to move to the next question because it's on the same topic and keep it moving because we got a lot of questions.
So Linda P asks, who will Moo be bred with if Gus doesn't work out?
Yeah.
And then Vicky also had like a follow-up question. What will happen if Gus doesn't learn how to do his job? Will he be fired like Aaron?
Oh, thanks. Fired like me because I don't know how to do my job.
Ooh.
Thanks. Who was that?
That was
Vicky? I'll remember that name.
Just
Vicky H.
Make sure that everybody knows that question wasn't from me.
Next time I see that one in chat.
Delete. No.
No.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
That's what we need. We need an emoji. Just kidding. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So you already answered it.
Right. So I won't really know if Gus isn't working out until next year.
Right. Especially if he doesn't mature in like the next 30 days.
If he doesn't mature in the next 30 days, then I give him till next year, and hopefully he comes into heat next year. Not him coming in.
Right.
He comes into rut.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be a problem.
No, it's not going to be a problem.
I really don't think it's going to be a problem. He's going to get there. What was the second half of that question?
I don't know, but I saw somebody with a super chat, Sandy G, and I need to catch. She said thank you.
Yeah, I did say thank you.
But when I clicked the button, it auto.
He cut me off.
All right. Contrary to popular belief, I don't cut you off on purpose.
Well, I never said it was on purpose. But
moving on to
the end result is the same.
The other side of that question: will he be fired? No.
Vicky's in chat, and she did say I added the LOL.
I know.
Really was just trying to be funny. Oh, we tease because we love, so it's fine.
It's totally fine. There's actually a shirt I should have worn. Somebody asked, did I try it on yet? And no, I haven't. But it literally says, #fake farmer.
Yes.
Leaves gates open.
Yep.
You know, drives a green tractor, like something like that. I don't remember what it said. It's downstairs somewhere.
Yeah. It poked fun at all of the
things Aaron does wrong. It was good. Pillars still aren't finished, something like that. I don't know if that's on there, but
that's all right. They put on my shirt, wears yoga pants.
Wears yoga pants.
Yep.
Hashtag big farmer, something like that. So
I think we might have forgotten Chris's. Chris West we did.
Chris is a Billy fan. Hang on.
She is a Billy fan.
Billy.
Thank you.
All right, back to over here. They're hard to the super chats hid inside all those free super chats, and I couldn't see them. So it was like, oh my gosh, the whole screen was green for a minute. All right.
Yes, but thank you everybody who was doing one of the little freebie super chats. Those were really cool to see, and then the other super chats. You guys are too much. Honestly, too much.
All right, here we go. We're on question 3.
Okay, so Debbie in Arkansas asked, what does the perk superfan receive? Is it basically what Moo Crew receives? Thank you.
Superfan.
Yeah, so it's the highest tier of membership. What they're supposed to get.
We did it once or twice, so it was kind of like our theory there, and we're about to do it again for the superfan level. So as you know, we work on a lot of projects that you guys don't know about until it's time to tell you, like the Moo Stuffy, right? We've been working on this for a year and a half. You guys learned about it when we got the first prototype in, and we actually had something to show you. We're working on other things we can't tell you about because there's like legal things in place, non-disclosure agreements where anybody in the party can't talk about it until we get to a certain level. There's people we hire to work on things and blah, blah, blah. The whole point of Superfan was kind of like a sneak peek.
Like an early access.
Hey, we're not supposed to talk about this, but get ready because this stuffed animal's coming and we wanted you to know. And we were going to add, we did it, and we probably will do it again. We added a discount code to the member level for just even the $1.99 member level. The Superfan could get like, hey, you know, I'll let you place your order like a day before or 2 days. Do you want one? Yes. Okay. We just make sure you don't miss out on things.
Yeah.
Because you're at that high of a level in support. And I mean, let's be honest, hay's not cheap. And that level of financial support helps a lot. So we want to help you get the things you want and not have to, hey, the launch is tomorrow. If you're not going to be around, like, don't worry about it. We'll save it for you and ship it to you kind of thing. That's kind of what the Superfan was supposed to be.
Right.
We're
not very good at this.
The Superfan ones, we have 2 people there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not huge, right? And those 2 people have heard some behind-the-scenes stuff in the past.
Yes, just
right before the store opened in April or May of last year.
Yes.
Early in the year.
Yeah. So we have to get better at some of that. Now that I feel like we're in our off season. We're between not Christmas. We're between like the end of summer where the craziness is dying down, but before Black Friday, this is our time where, we can be doing more Patreon stuff, more Superfan stuff, more of those type of access, and it varies throughout the year.
Right. We actually sat and talked the other day about the new plan for Patreon because we did get a lot of people with the shift. Leave Patreon to come over to YouTube as a member to be able to chat, which I totally get it.
Oh, yeah.
But there are still people that do both. And they're like, I remember when Patreon had this and we really liked it.
Yeah, it's all coming back.
It's going to come back. But again, to your point, it might not be every month for the whole entire year. It might be every month for the off season, or it might be different. So we're like basically writing out a production schedule. Like, okay, what do we need to do? We need to get it on the calendar. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen. Like we've been pretty consistent with Wacky Wednesdays every other Wednesday, virtual every other Friday, Q&As, they're all the same week. Wacky Wednesday, virtual, and Q&A all the same week, and then we take a week off. And during that week off, we're running around like making soap and lotion and planning this and that. Okay, next week, there's a lot of YouTube stuff we need to do. Right. So now we're trying to figure out when the next Patreon thing's going to be. But that question was basically early access, behind the scenes type thing.
Michelle.
Yes, what did Michelle say? Oh, Michelle.
She did a super chat. So
I gotta
wanted to put
find another thank you. We'll get the
on-
little kids. Here we go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So let's go back. Oh, Marianne, I just saw another one. Now you might have to pop up your. Actually, wait a second. I could jump. No, I could go here and just click it there. I think. Did it work?
It should have.
Yeah. Oh no. Did we glitch? Did we glitch just now? We might have glitched.
We might have been glitching because I don't know. It could be just the computer.
Could be just this computer. I don't know. We might have glitched. But
what are we doing?
can you buy a flower plant or a cross for Frio? Oh, for Frio. I don't know if you saw, Marianne. We can't really put anything there because eventually it's going to be, if you guys saw the little short video I did this morning on the channel, is less than a minute. Obviously, it's a short with Olivia. She asked me where did we put Frio? So I went and showed her, and Frio's actually buried right behind House of Pie. So he is in the pasture.
Yeah.
So that little rock pile can't stay there either. Eventually it'll all just be grass, and the goats will hang out there with Frio outside in that field.
It was an appropriate.
It was a very appropriate spot.
An appropriate spot for Frio, considering his love for high grass.
Yeah.
And eating.
Yeah.
Despite being super thin all the time.
Yeah.
But he had also passed away just on the other side of the wall that he was buried behind. So it was an appropriate spot.
Yeah.
As far as flowers go, I feel like we plant a lot of flowers, and I think as we keep planting more and more, they're starting to like just remind me of everybody.
Yeah.
But I have 3 pots of flowers I still haven't planted, so absolutely one of them can be Frios.
Right. What did I see? I saw, where was I going?
Probably to our next
question. But I hit the wrong button. That's what it was. Here we go.
Okay, so Donna Greenland and Sarah both asked very similar questions, which was regarding Gia. So will Gia be getting bred this year? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's an easy one. She is going to be bred this year. I did think, I do still think that she is about to come into heat.
She's close.
Based on what she looked like this morning.
Right.
And how much attention she's giving to those girls who have been bred. The nice thing about the girls who have been bred is they come back to the barn smelling like boys.
Yeah, which half the herd's already bred, you said, right?
Almost half the herd. I think it's 7. We're up to 7.
Yeah.
So
it's starting to get all the other girls all ready to move. Yeah. Let's see, where were we? Right here.
Kim D asks, if there are any girls that don't conceive this breeding season, will she go over to House of Pie like last season?
Yes, probably. If they don't conceive, we'll spread the herd out to make it so this barn is literally only pregnant moms.
We're going to get to a question in a little bit that goes over like, well, how are you going to, are you actually breeding all of them?
Yes. Well,
we'll get to that one.
Yep.
That was kind of a follow-up question.
Right.
To
I'm just going in order question. So I can keep track. Yeah.
So this person didn't want their name put in chat, but they're a long-time lurker.
Yep.
And they ask, have you ever thought of putting a motion detector or window security tab on the gates in Cassie's castle that would set alarms off if the gates become open? I thought it was a fantastic idea.
It's not
like one of those
idea.
The same alarm systems that we have on the pool door.
Right.
So when you open them, of course, it won't work if we actually wanted to open them.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't know how that would be. Oh, it was a good idea until I thought about it, actually. How do you use that door in the morning when you're doing grain and it's allowed to be open?
Right. You'd have to flip some type
now you would have to remember to flip it back
now you'd
on.
have to remember to flip the switch off every morning
It's not foolproof,
It's
unfortunately.
not foolproof.
And as far as motion goes, we've got barn cats that go in and out of that area all night.
Yeah, motion wouldn't work. It'd have to be magnetic. Just like a typical window sensor. You have the piece that sits still and you have the piece that sits on the window to go up and down. It does nothing while the alarm is not on. But then when you activate the alarm, like you're leaving for work, now when it opens, so you'd almost have to install an alarm.
Yeah, but if you can't manage a carabiner, you're not going to be able to manage.
And you would still run into the problem with the baby monitor we currently use, which is YouTube, has a 20-second delay.
Well,
so if that door opened and right, we're not going to hear that noise for 20 seconds.
You coming up?
So it's a long time.
Come on.
Unless somebody else.
Come on.
No, because they're not going to hear it either.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a good idea. I'll continue to think about it.
Come on.
How about we move this one out of the way?
No, she's fine.
No? She's not going to jump on her head.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Have you
true.
ever
She
met
probably
Stella?
would jump on her head.
Come on, let's go.
Stella, what are you doing?
She's
Stella.
trying to figure this out.
Stella, are you going to come jump up?
Come on.
Come on. You got it. No?
She's like, Mom, I know
like,
I'm not allowed to jump.
There's not enough room.
Come
That's
on.
what she's thinking.
There's plenty of room. Oh, come here. Get your feet up.
Come on.
Get
Stella,
your feet
let's go. No? She's not coming. Nope.
Not willingly.
No, she's like fighting you. Like, I really don't want to come up. Okay, she's up. She's up. Stella's up.
Yes, that's Bo. Leave her alone.
Yeah. Stella, you didn't seem like you wanted to come up. All right, go moving on to the next question. Let's see. Right here, Mom.
Okay. S. Ireland asks, how long does it typically take for the doe's milk to dry up after they stop nursing or being milked?
Ooh, somebody was fast. Somebody was real quick. Who was one of the first I stopped with? Amy?
Amy and Lucy.
Amy was like a week or maybe.
Yeah, as soon as certain girls, as soon as that signal to their body is like, yeah, we don't need your milk anymore, they turn their milk production off like it's a light switch. Yeah. Then you've got others like Rainey and Harper and Greta and a little bit of Moo that are like, but I could still give you milk if you want.
Right. Harper, I think, is still milking on herself, nursing on herself.
I think she is nursing on herself.
Because there's no reason that one side of that udder should be so big still.
And the other side so small.
Other than milk is coming out of it and milk's not falling out by accident, she's got to be nursing on herself. Yeah, that's my theory.
Same with, oh, I just realized y'all saw my bruise.
Yes.
Same with Greta. Greta's not nursing on herself right now.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But she is still pretty big. She's not uncomfortably big where we need to take milk.
Yeah.
Although she definitely looks like she could be milked.
Yeah.
But we check her because the more we milk right now, the more she'll make milk. So it's all about supply and demand right now.
Before I go to the next written down question, I just saw one pop up in chat. How often does Aaron get fired? It
depends on his
pretty much weekly
performance.
Yeah, no, it's weekly. Yeah, on average.
Well, I mean,
it could be daily. Could be daily.
It has been daily in the past.
Yep.
Every time the gate gets left open, it's just another slash mark.
So I'm gonna move on to this one. Oh my gosh.
Vicky H asks, I'm guessing you are going to split up the breeding. If so, how many girls will you breed before waiting until the next heat cycle so that there aren't too many due at the same time?
This is the same one that I asked if I got fired again, or if you're gonna. You don't have to answer this question.
I'm gonna answer it anyway. I'm on Team Vicky here. Yeah. So we had this conversation probably a month before breeding season.
We did,
because the question kept coming up between the two of us. If we breed everybody,
which is how many?
15.
I thought it was 12.
But he's paying attention.
15. Okay.
15. There's 16 in House of Pie. I mean, not dude.
Oh my gosh! Don't ask my question. I drunk typed it. That's funny. Sorry. Now I'm really going to ask.
Oh, great. Now we have to make sure we didn't put Carol's question up here.
Now I'm really going to ask. Thank you, Carol. We'll get to your thank you in a little bit. And I think we saw another
Carol.
one went by earlier.
Carol's always good for an LOL moment.
That was a good one. Sorry,
a
little ADD. So, yeah,
no,
15 girls.
There's 16 goats in Cassie's castle. She's perfectly fine right there. Okay. Did you want some lovin's?
Go.
16 goats in Cassie's castle. 16, right?
Yeah.
And then Thor. So, well, no, Thor is part of the 16. So there's 15 females in Cassie's castle. They are all eligible to be bred. Based on health, we have no health concerns for any of the girls. Oh, please don't go to that view.
I can't. Yeah,
I know. Go to that
view.
That's her boo-boo
Her
spot.
boo-boo view. It was a good view until it was all boo-boo.
And then it was all boo-boo.
Yeah. Okay, go. Keep going.
So we decided we're going to start breeding at the normal time if, say, Charlotte, for example, say she doesn't get pregnant again this year. I'm not going to not breed her just because I think, she might not get pregnant. She's healthy enough to be pregnant. I'm going to try to breed her. If she doesn't fall pregnant, then she moves out back to House of Pie.
Okay.
Same with other girls. As we get an older herd like we have.
Yeah.
Our oldest girl in there is 7.
Which is Amy.
It's a bunch of them.
Yeah, a bunch of them. You're right.
Charlotte,
Amy,
Lucy, Sadie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all 7 years old. Followed by the next group is Moo and Genevieve at 6 years old. So you have to keep in mind, at some point, it's not going to be that easy to breed them. Right. And they're not all going to take like they have been because they don't have age on their side anymore. So yes, we have 15 names in the hat, but I don't expect all 15 of them to be pregnant at the end of all of this. But if they are, worst case scenario, or I guess really best case scenario, is we figured out where they would all go.
Right.
If that happens. And yes, we would be busting at the seams.
Yeah.
But we figured we could make it work.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we need more FEMA trailers.
Oh, stop. We're not there yet. Yeah.
I need them before I need them.
Yeah.
I don't want to be telling you this in, January. And now
the answer is more FEMA trailers.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
So
where were we?
I don't know.
This is the one you just read, right? I'm guessing you're splitting up the breeding.
Yes.
So the answer is no, we're not splitting up the breeding, really.
True.
We're just breeding. And again, somebody might not take this heat cycle. We'll breed them next heat cycle, which now technically split up the breeding. But they get 2 chances.
Well, like
not
Harper.
3, because 3 would put them into November, which would now put babies too late.
So that's why we started. I know we had a cutoff day of today, the 25th.
Right, we started a couple days ago.
But when you see, Charlotte and Genevieve come into a pretty nice heat, and it's only 2 or 3 days early.
Yeah.
I have a hard time sitting on my hands for that one. Yeah. I wasn't going to push off breeding season, the beginning of breeding season, just
to wait 2 days. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was close enough. Yep. Yes, we will. I will answer that one.
You have to read it first.
Angie B.
Yeah.
Right. Angie B. asked, "Will we see a cam in House of Pie again?" Yes. Right now there might be hay in the way of it because we put 105 bales of hay in House of Pie. And eventually I'll bring the House of Pie cam. It'll be the indoor one only. There is no more outdoor House of Pie cam because the outdoor House of Pie cam is actually your swing cam. Now they got moved. There's 3 cams on Cassie Castle. I will also bring up the field cam at some point, which is the front view. I can't run all 4 at the same time. Internet just can't support it. So I got to bounce really between 2 is perfect. 3 is pushing it. Yeah, so that's the answer.
So the whole reason House of Pie Cam had to be taken down, internet issues, but more so we knew Frio wasn't doing so well.
Right.
And
Frio was very slow for the last week.
Privacy, our privacy, didn't want anything bad to happen on YouTube while we were sleeping.
Right.
We just knew the days were numbered. Now I want to clarify, I have no indications that Frio suffered at all.
No.
And We did not have to make the choice for Frio. Frio was ready.
Yeah.
He laid down and he had laid down the night before and couldn't get back up. We helped right him.
Yep.
He got up. We fed him. He ate. He ate that morning.
There's actually another video coming out on the other channel for those of you not following the other channel. The other channel, there's a video coming out. I want to say that video will probably come out Wednesday. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm editing like crazy right now. Frio's in that video. So it shows you that
JoJo when he passed away too, is there was some video that hadn't come out yet and he was in it. It was really hard to see.
And I actually talk about it because it's Frio and Poppy both eating in the morning on, what's today?
Today's Saturday.
So that video was shot on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Possibly. Tuesday or Wednesday. It was either shot on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, it was literally shot the day before he passed away. Pretty much. And he's out there eating his grain with Poppy. So that video is coming out. So it happened. We knew it was going to happen soon, but it happened fast, if you know what I mean.
It did happen fast.
Right.
She just tooted on my leg so much that I felt it before I smelt it.
Oh, felt it before you smelt it.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we up to? This one right here.
So
I did see a couple questions pop up
I think we clarified that.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah, House of Pie will come back eventually.
Yeah, we have to not stream more than 3
two,
cameras,
maybe 3 cameras at once.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Kelly Wolf asked, hi, Liz and Aaron, have you found out any more information regarding being able to rent out your RV during Goat Snuggle Session season, as far as a campsite that you can leave it at?
So as of right now, every campsite I've called said they won't do it. It's an insurance issue. They want to know who's in the camper. It's a liability thing, blah, blah, blah. I have one campsite left that told me they might let us do it. So as of right now, the answer is no. But we are looking at other options. But financially, we're not in a position to pull the trigger on it. It'd be more of an Airbnb type. It'd basically be buying another home, like a tiny little 1-bed. I actually found one. It was cute. It was like 600 square feet, 1 bedroom on a lake, like 20 miles from here. Cute little lakeside cabin.
Yeah.
It was already redone. The other people already redid it. So there's no work to be done. It's super cute.
Yeah.
And it could be a rent out Airbnb, like a side business again, but rent it out to snugglers and then other people. So, but we don't have the money to buy it. So,
right. It's kind of, a vision.
It's a vision of where this can go.
It's not going to happen anytime soon.
And I think people know I used to be a full-time real estate agent. When we bought this house, I was a real estate agent. So 10 years ago. And it's always something I wanted to get back into. So I'm already talking to an agent, but we're just talking. I want to see inventory. I want to watch the market for a year or two and just watch it go up and down and see like, okay, you know what? That tiny little house was $200,000 when I saw it in 2021, but now in 22, it's only 180. Maybe it is time to move on it and we can Airbnb, whatever. So the answer to the camper is not yet.
Yeah.
But I haven't given up.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Kathleen Goodyear, here you go.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
Oh, Kathleen, I went and looked up there for something else. Do goats like Charlotte seem to get darker manes than they are when they are ready to breed? Does their fur change?
So it's actually a really good question because as the seasons change,
their fur changes.
Goats like Charlotte, their coats do change, but it has nothing to do with whether or not they're ready to be bred. It has everything to do with just winter coat, summer coat, spring coat.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And Charlotte is the ever-changing goat.
Oh, yeah.
She does darken up in the winter and gets really light in the summer, as does Greta. Greta never really shed out really well this year, but she'll get pretty light in the summer and darker in the winter as like that big fluffy winter coat grows in.
Yeah. So somebody asked, and I saw it pop up in chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat questions too. We're only like 10 questions into the pre-written in ones, and I want to give everybody that pre-wrote in their question up here.
Yeah.
Unless it was an inappropriate question and we're not going to answer.
Like Carol's. I'm just kidding.
Like Carol, yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. Oh, Carol Hobart's down there. So I saw one pop in here. real.
And now we all know she wrote that while she was drunk.
Here it is. Oh, wait a second. It just jumped. Chris West, are you building my house? Well, if we ever buy that little lake house to Airbnb, we'll post it on the website.
Yeah.
Where was it? I just saw it. If I can't find it, I'll just say it out loud.
You're pretty far back now.
Yeah. Somebody asked, there it is. How is Jake doing?
Oh, Jake's doing well. I think he's done a lot of growth in the last few months.
Can I put up the picture?
Yeah. So that was us. Oh, look, we're like sandwiched between.
This is where we can move like this and hide behind the picture. Oh, hey. No. See, like we can put like,
I almost feel like
how many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah, so last weekend, with it being Suicide Prevention Month or Awareness Month, we did a suicide prevention walk.
Video coming soon. Get your tissues ready.
With
just saying.
There's a suicide prevention foundation. I'm terrible at names, but
ASP's American Suicide Prevention. I don't remember.
Foundation. It was a foundation. You can put the picture back up because I don't think they don't want to look at us while we're talking.
Okay, keep going. I'll put the picture back up.
So we did that walk last weekend, and it was definitely we have beads. The beads all represented colors, and
this is a little
backstory with that. But yeah, he did great. It was a whole family event, and he did great. That wasn't the event. That was the day before.
That was a different event that we did.
I guess we're moving into what have we been doing the last 2 weeks? What have we
been doing? Right.
So this.
Oh, sorry.
That was last weekend.
That video is not edited yet.
And
I'm so behind.
That was a crazy weekend. We went across the river. That was the Connecticut's longest running ferry.
It is the country's longest running river crossing in the U.S.
Yeah.
Nonstop. They've been running it nonstop. They might have closed down for like maintenance on the boat or something, but nonstop since like 18 something or whatever, going back and forth across the Connecticut River.
My normal shake place closed for the weekend, and so we had to go somewhere else. And we went across the river.
Yep.
And decided to make a whole day of it.
And the kids love the ferry. You pay $5. You put the truck on the ferry, and it's literally like a 8-minute ride across the ferry.
Not even.
Probably not even.
We went, got shakes, and then came back, and then hiked up the castle that is on our side of the river.
Castle Craig or Gillette? Which one is it?
It was Gillette Castle.
Yeah.
And then that was a life and death situation.
Yeah, it turned into a rock climbing expedition.
Yes. And after that, we all, because, near death experience, after that, we all baptized ourselves in the Connecticut River with our clothes on.
We went swimming in the Connecticut River and then turned around and realized there was a sign that said no swimming.
It also said no hiking on the trail that we were on.
Yeah, so it was
a
bunch of rebels. So, yeah, Jake did not join us on that adventure. He was probably the only smart one.
Yeah.
But he did do the walk, the suicide prevention walk. There are hundreds of people there. And to answer Kathleen's question about are there walks around the country for suicide prevention, there are. If you Google Out of the Darkness. It's called Out of the Darkness. Walks. And there were 400 walks going on in this month alone. Yeah. All around the country. Yep. And there were hundreds of people at this one. I don't know how many people, but. She said about 300 people. 300. Their goal was I'll give you a little bit of background, but you'll see it in the video. I just finished editing it. I don't think that's coming out until Friday, but next week. But they said their goal was to raise $20,000. $25,000. 25, and they raised over 50. Yep. And they were like, look, money's not the only thing this is about, but the money helps us do these events and these programs that we have and this and that, whatever. But I just finished that edit this morning, but still working on other things. Yeah. Okay, so that was the Jake one. I saw that.
Well, there was another picture of Jake too.
There is?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Let me see if I can get back there. Oh, these are the kids on the ferry.
Oh yeah, the same weekend.
Same weekend on the way over across the river.
Yep.
I'm trying to find the other Jake photo. Is it the one above it?
I don't know.
All right, well, here we go.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
That's definitely him.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't tell. So this is a funny story. So it's been a crazy, crazy week. Wait till you'll see as the content gets released. I was packing orders for the website. You were out getting. I don't know what was happening, but I needed to know where Jake was.
He had to take Olivia to the hospital.
Yes.
I don't know if that video's coming out.
Video coming out soon.
She's fine.
She's fine.
Then we had to go up to Dr. Karras to get more medicine because Thor and Sadie, one of the three of them, broke it during the Great Goat Escape 2.0.
Me getting fired. Yep.
So we needed more medicine. It was vitamins, really.
Yeah.
And I was cutting soap. Nope, I was making soap.
That's what it was.
And then, of course, I had to go get my shakes because
she's into these shakes is what's going on. That lunchtime is a shake. That's what's happening. Just so we all know here, lunchtime is a shake.
And I haven't learned how to make the shakes at home yet.
Coming soon.
Yeah. So I have to drive down to Norwich every day, which is becoming a little laborious.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. We're moving to making shakes at home. Like, remember Slim Fast? That used to be like one of those meal replacement shakes. Those are gross.
Wow.
Sorry if you're on Slim Fast.
Not sponsored.
Definitely not. These shakes are actually pretty good.
They're really good. And they're all under. So here's the thing. I can have a shake and I can have an iced tea, all under 300 calories. And they all have protein in them and vitamins and electrolytes and all this good stuff in them, plus a little caffeine, which keeps me going.
So literally you eat a breakfast.
Yes.
And then at around noon, you get your shake and your iced tea and whatever, and you can make it from noon till about 5 on the 300 calories.
I'm pushing about 4:30 before I start getting a little shaky.
So it's about 4.5 hours.
And then I eat 2 dinners. No, but these are like small dinners. Okay.
Yes.
Think microwave dinners. Okay.
Really
they're only
tiny,
like 250 calories a piece.
Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of it, when I'm eating 2 of them, they're less than 500 calories. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then I have a dessert because
so
I like sweets.
So that picture of Jake in the back seat with that weird face,
right.
I was looking for Jake because I thought I needed to bring him somewhere. I'm like, do you need me to go get Jake off the bus? And she sends me a picture of Jake in the back seat.
Because I had him in the back seat.
She's
I
like,
went and picked him up from school.
Yeah, it's that whole divide and conquer. This person's doing that. That person's doing that.
Divide and conquer only works when you communicate.
This fired again.
Oh, I'm just stating facts.
Yeah. This is not marriage counseling.
No, of course not.
This is Q&A with Ella Day. But this is normally what happens. So I didn't tell her what I was doing.
And I decided to stop talking to him that day because
which turned into I couldn't find Jake. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's that. We're going to get back to GOAT questions before I get kicked off the couch. Let's see.
That'll make for a good Q&A.
Yeah. You leave. How do I do this now? Right.
Yep. Carol B wants to know how I got my bruise on my arm. I also was in the ER.
There you go.
No video coming.
No video. I did not talk about it. I kept it quiet. That was personal information.
My IV. They jacked me up on the IV.
Yeah, they beat her up.
Now me and
you want a close up of that?
No.
No? Okay.
No Mary and I have matching bruises on our forearms.
Yeah.
She has one too.
Okay. Next question, please.
Okay. Hopefully Jackie Forte asks, I hope so. Do you think the milk machine made it harder for the goats to dry up this year? I am sure it was a godsend, though.
I don't think so. I don't think the milk machine was the reason it was harder for them to dry up. I don't think it was hard. They dried up. Most of them dried up pretty fast.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that what happened this year with drying them up is any different than previous years.
Right. No, I think it was. I think it was the same, roughly. Oh, Stella, you moved. Hang on.
Her boo-boo spot's still there.
Working on
my knee is in the way. Oh,
better.
No, that was your arm.
Oh,
Stella.
See, she did it again. She moved and her boo-boo
spot will just
showed up.
Hold on, we'll Just put
There
that
you go.
here. Where are you
Stella,
going?
Where are you going? Okay, let her lay down.
I'm not
Yeah.
letting her lay
No,
down.
Where's she going?
I don't know.
Stella, where you go? She's back. There you go. The Stella vision. Yeah. Okay. Back to one. Yeah, I don't think the machine had anything to do with it.
I don't think
No.
so.
I think towards the end, the drying up process, what we did was we stopped using the machine because it was just too
Yeah.
much work to get it out to only milk 2 goats.
Right.
So it got to a point where like,
Well, and I think we have better control over how much milk we're taking just to relieve the girls,
right.
not milk them out.
Yeah.
And if we were to do that with the machine, it just, to your point, we weren't
Right.
milking enough
Yeah.
to,
Right. Kathleen Goodyear has a question. Are you going to do private virtual goat snuggles again? It's possible we might bring them back to the website.
Yeah, but not until after kidding season next year.
Next year. Okay.
Well, like 2022,
okay.
spring.
Yeah. So it'd be
Because
later.
if we keep at like all these things, like it's not. Yeah, it's just it gets to be too much if it's
right.
this snuggles, that snuggles, this wacky Wednesday, that Patreon, that.
Yeah.
It gets to be a little too much, and
Right.
I don't want to like burn out.
Right.
So.
And private virtual can be done. It doesn't have to be a YouTube. It wouldn't be a YouTube members thing.
No, that's a website.
It's a website thing. Yeah. So it'd be on the website probably later in the year. Yep. Here comes one from Chris West asks, how is Thunder doing since Frio has passed? I know he was close to his brother. He's fine.
Yeah.
They're all fine in there. They're all doing good. Now, Poppy, on the other hand, tried to hide on me.
Yeah. Last night.
Last night, I went to close them all in, and I counted the new number, 6 goats. I'm like, there's only 5. Where the heck is Poppy? She's out there in the dark, eating grass in the field, not caring that it's nighttime.
No.
So I was
just like Frio, she does enjoy her grass time.
Yep. She just didn't want to come back yet. Yep.
Yeah.
You already answered that.
So to go back to Tracy's question,
Yeah.
I don't know if you see it there in chat. If Aaron leaves the gate open, how
Yes.
do we alert
I was
you?
going to go back to that too because a bunch of other people asked that same
so that's
question.
actually a really important question. We were just talking about that about 13 minutes before the goats realized Aaron had left the gate open.
Yes.
And I thought we were getting punked or something.
Yep.
Like pranked, because I was just in chat saying if something happens, and I mean like for real something happens, not like this goat is limping or that goat's head might be stuck. Like it has to be a for sure, no questions asked, that goat is having a medical emergency.
Right.
Or there's a huge safety concern. So
Right.
limping, that's one of those things like goats limp.
Right.
If it lasts more than like an hour or two,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
not worse
I'll
than
probably see it.
Yeah.
And, you know, because we are on our own cams
all the time.
all the time as
To
well.
the point where we're adding another monitor.
Right. But like I was saying in chat that night, utilize the live chat option on our website. That makes a completely different sound on my phone. Don't send me an email. I won't get it. Sometimes private message on our Syman Says Farms Facebook account could work as well. And yeah, but don't abuse it because I will have to turn those features off. And then that's not good for the people who actually need it. So just make sure that it's an actual emergency. And we would greatly appreciate the help.
Yeah.
All the eyes we can get always helps. During kidding season, I might have to just automatically, like, I don't know how that's going to work because
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, if something like truly is imminent, send a live chat through the website.
Right. Here comes another question. I think this is the Carol Holbert one.
Here it is. Carol's question. While she was drunk, when the girls go in heat and have been satisfied, per se, do they calm down after the connection with their mate?
Not really.
No.
Not until the heat cycle's over.
No. So for those who have either not been here during a breeding season or have forgotten, because that happens as well, especially when Corey Harrell's like, no. So a goat's heat cycle is going to last about 3 days. So during those 3 days, the window of their most fertile period in time is actually about 12 hours. So, and we call that standing heat. So while they're in heat for up to 3 days, they're only in a standing heat where they'll actually stand for the boy and not run around like their head got chopped off. They'll only be in that standing heat for about 12 hours. So it makes me nervous when I see, say, this is just an example from years past. It makes me nervous when I see Harper standing on the platform at 9 o'clock at night,
Screaming.
flagging her tail and making a nuisance of herself. And I know she's in a standing heat now. It makes me nervous to think by the time I get out there in the morning, she's not going to be in this heat and I might have missed it. So, and to Carol B's point, it's same as dogs, the Yorkies. I bred Yorkies for 8 years. It is. There's a small window of their heat cycle where they are the most fertile. With dogs, it's much longer. With goats, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
So while it's a great question, it does not, and I think we had a similar question too from somebody else. Having them be bred does not calm their hormones down, which is why I end up rebreeding a goat like Moo. I bred her last night, then I bred her again this morning because she might have just been entering in that 12-hour window last night, but now she's might either be in a stronger heat this morning or whatnot.
Right.
So if they are still exhibiting signs of being in a standing heat, I am going to breed them.
Yeah.
So, because everybody's heat cycle is different.
Right. Good question. Here
Yes.
comes another one.
Even while she was drunk.
Yeah. So this is an interesting one. I'm gonna.
Brenda
ask,
Ireland
Yeah,
asks,
go for it.
have you considered making goat milk skin cream in addition to the lotion?
Okay. From a male's point of view,
Right.
What's the difference?
It's a little thinner.
Thinner.
Mhm.
Oh,
So our
interesting.
lotion actually is meant for the skin. Oh, that sounded like that was condescending. Didn't mean it that way. Our lotion is a skin cream.
It can be used anywhere.
While
right?
we call it lotion, it is a skin cream. It's on the verge of like a half between like a skin cream and a body butter in that it's pretty thick. But you can use it as a face cream, a body butter. Well, a body cream. It's not, like I said, it's not a body butter. But we just call it lotion.
Yeah, we actually toyed around with making a body butter. Right?
That was not a
thicker
body
one.
butter.
What
That
was
was a whipped body butter. But I ran into a problem with it staying whipped.
Right.
So
We have an intruder. Hang on.
What? I am an intruder?
Yeah.
he's
can we-
like, "What?
Yeah,
I
when you
live
stand
here."
behind stage, backstage, and you're like, "Hi."
Oh, that's because I was bored and just wanted to come up here.
Okay, then sit down
Well, your
and hang
chair,
out.
yeah, your chair is in the garage.
Just sit down and hang out. Okay,
you can
back
sit
to
down
the
right
show.
there, though.
Back to the show, right? He
Just a little
comes.
commercial.
He just comes in and is like,
Yeah. To Carol's point, the lotion is very thick and rich as it is. A skin cream, when I think of like a cream, I guess I think of it something that's just a little thinner.
thinner. Got it.
But it
Yeah,
acts
we have-
as the same.
Okay, now I lost that question. Oh wait, that's all the way at the top. Okay. Where were we? I saw Carol. Right here. We are here.
Okay, Katrina asks, I'm interested to know how long does it take to grow meat birds, and do they go off to slaughter like pigs? Found that video very interesting. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So that video ranked the worst video I've posted in the last month. But that's normal because I get it. A lot of our audience actually likes more of like the, oh my God, what happened to Olivia video, which is coming out soon. Or the what's going on with this or that, or like family/goat videos.
Yeah.
The audience loves. When I true homesteading, like the pigs are going off the process, I get it. A lot of you don't want to watch it, but it's still valuable information. So this year, the meat birds literally only need about 9
never
to
seen
10 weeks. That's it. They're already getting pretty big, as in like chunky. They're only like this big, but you could see them. They get up, they waddle over to the food, they eat, they waddle back, and they sit. And that's all they do. They are not energetic birds. They don't run around and like
not cute.
they're not cute at all. They're not even fully feathered yet.
No, they barely have tiny little rice wings.
Rice wings.
Well, yeah, when they grow and it looks
Yeah.
like rice.
Yep. So they're getting bigger. They're like 3 weeks old right now. I think they're about 3 weeks. I did the math the other day. But they're definitely getting bigger. It's about 10 weeks is what you're aiming for on a meat bird. And this year we've decided we are not doing the processing of the birds. We have done it before. I've done a video about it before. The whole process, we've done it here. But this year we're actually using a facility in Rhode Island that is FDA approved. So we can bring them all there. They take care of everything. And they even shrink wrap them. And after everything's all done, they shrink wrap them and they stamp them that it was done in an FDA approved kitchen with our logo on them.
USDA?
USDA,
Yeah.
right, sorry. USDA approved with our logo, so we could technically sell them now because they weren't done here. If they were done here, we can't sell them. But because they're being done there, we can sell them.
It's like, we can make swanky sauce in our kitchen, but we can't sell it.
Right.
Or we can use a co-packer and make swanky sauce there.
Right.
That's a commercial kitchen and all the
Right.
licensing and all that. So
same thing. So that's what we're doing. Because it's 60 of them, that would take a very long time and require us to invest in some more equipment. And we weren't willing to do that and not be able to sell them. I don't know if we are going to sell them, but we got a lot of requests during Goat Snuggles. Like, hey, do you guys sell anything else? Like, people asked, are you selling any of the pig? Or the pigs was for our own families.
Oh my gosh,
Us and a bunch of other families, but we were not selling any of the pork because we can't legally. We couldn't do it.
that's not why we got them either.
And that's not why we got them, right? Meat chickens we technically got for us, but 30 chickens are a lot of chickens just for us.
Because like I said, 60 chickens, they're not all for us.
They're not all ours.
We've gone into the pigs with 4 different families. We've
Right.
also gone into chickens with 4 different families.
Yeah.
So not all 60 are going to be for us. But we'll definitely have plenty to,
Right.
just kind of see how they do in the store.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I saw.
Louise goes, long drive to buy chicken, but doable.
Yeah.
Bring a cooler.
Bring a cooler and some ice. Yep.
So, Dad,
Yes.
2 people said I look a lot taller. That's
He is
because I'm
taller.
sitting on a huge pillow.
He's a pillow.
half
You're also
on Mom.
sitting like,
Yeah. He's half. Yeah. He's.
you look bigger because you're sitting in front of me. Pretty
And
much.
also,
He has
Tyler has
grown.
her ATV.
Oh, you want me to
I,
jump? Oh, hang on. He wants me to jump to his questions. This is what happens when children jump in.
I go to my question.
Yeah.
And then I
Skips
try to
his
read other
question.
questions.
Yeah. There
Alright,
he is.
so there it is.
There it is.
Claudia asked, how is your new ATV?
I thought it was broken yesterday.
Mom, no pictures? We didn't upload any pictures of Tyler.
It didn't happen in the
No.
last week.
That's
so-
true. That's old news. The
Old
ATV.
News Bear over there.
ATV's old news.
Actually, it's Bad News Bear, but I just said Old News
Yeah,
Bear.
you
It's
did.
fine.
It's okay.
But how is your ATV?
Well, it already has like 82 miles on it.
82 miles?
We only live on 10 acres.
We live on 10 acres.
And I drove to.
we haven't even had it a month. And you've put on 82 miles just driving around
It had
our 10 acres.
0.6.
All right.
How many hours are we at?
18.4. I want to
Okay,
get it done like at
So I
20.
Let's do
20.
the math. How fast is he driving if there's 18? No,
Oh, yeah,
just kidding.
18.4 hours and he's gone 82 miles.
I went to the guy's lawn there and back.
And
that's like
half a mile.
The guy's lawn. Well, I don't know what you're
The-
talking
the-
about.
The
remember?
lawn he mows.
Oh, yeah. We drove to that guy's. That wasn't that far. Yep. Okay, Tyler, we're getting back to our questions.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep on reading. But
Yeah, let's get back to the write-in questions before we go and take
before
more
we
new
start
ones.
jumping to the chat.
we don't have enough room with freezers.
Where was the meat bird one?
Are we going to have?
200 pounds of pork come home, and we look in the freezer. We're like, well,
Oh my god!
I don't know where we're putting all of this.
Oh, it was right here. I was right on it. There it is. Mom, all you.
Tia Love asks, what is the breeding plan for this year since you have so many females?
Oh.
So we did touch upon that.
Yeah.
And pretty much we're going to breed everybody. And if they
Yeah.
all take, we have
a very exciting kidding season on the way.
Yeah, FEMA trailers that we all get to climb over.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then they don't. But I would rather breed everybody and give them, because some of these girls, it might be some of their last times being bred. So I don't want to skip, because they're only getting older.
Right.
And then I have to get some of these girls pregnant because they're, like, Evelyn has to be bred this year, or else her productive life might not ever be productive.
Right. You want to breed
Not
them in that 2 to 3 year window.
Well, you want to get them bred at 18 months.
Right.
She had some health issues last year where we could not breed her last year.
Right.
But now at 2.5 years old, she really needs to get pregnant this year.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that she's not valuable to us, and it does not mean that we would rehome her if it turns out that she can never have babies.
Yeah, she would go hang out at House of Pie.
Yep.
Yep. And that kind of brings us to this question: are there any goats that you aren't planning on breeding this year? And the answer is no.
What does angel hair mean?
Angel hair is a type of pasta.
Yeah, it's really thin. I love it.
Very thin.
But when you make it, it's heavy.
Yeah,
it is. You add some Alfredo sauce to angel hair, and oh my gosh, it's heavy.
It's because the surface area.
Yeah,
but it's delicious.
The third one. The third one right there.
It doesn't say angel hair. It says Angie's herd.
Angie's herd, not angel hair. I know it's far away. It's okay. I mess it up all the time.
And I'm almost blind in one eye.
Yeah, you're not almost
blind in one eye.
Oh my gosh.
Angie's herd is doing well.
Yeah, there you go. All right, next question from a write-in.
Okay, Sharon.
Where are you finding all these questions?
They wrote them in via email.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah. So then we took them in email and we put them in our software here so we can pop them on the screen.
I was gonna say, I don't
not
see
in
them
the
right
live
there.
chat. No.
Does a female goat drop just one egg per cycle? Is there a reason that Greta or other goats have singletons? This is actually a great question genetically.
Don't do that.
Great genetic question. So the question, does a female goat drop just one egg per cycle? No. They do not drop just one egg per cycle. They can drop between 1 and say 5 eggs per cycle. On our farm, the most we've ever had was triplets. But it all comes down to genetics. So was the mom a twin? Was the mom a singleton? Was the mom a triplet? Because that's going to play into whether or not that doe is going to be genetically prone to singletons, twins, or triplets. So Genevieve, for example, has only ever given us a singleton. And Greta, her first year, she gave a singleton. The second year, she gave twins. Right? Yeah. This was only her second year? No. This was her third year. Twins, Thor and 80. And then this past year was Tiger and Lily. So while she was a singleton herself, she has now had twins twice and a singleton once.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like Moo. Now I don't know the backstory about Moo, like who her parents were and whether she was part of just a singleton or twins or triplets or whatnot, but she's always given twins or triplets.
Right.
So, but it's a genetic thing. So no, they don't just drop one egg. It is the most common for goats to have twins. We like to kind of joke and say it's one for each teat. They have 2 teats. They have 2 babies. Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid of this question.
I'm afraid.
Since we were just talking about teats.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually.
Okay, come on, go, because I got something I want to say.
So, everyone that's chatting, it's members only?
Correct.
Yes.
So.
Oh, they should.
What?
Why did you do members only on live?
To help keep control over the chat.
Well, at least do it for the goat barn. Make it not members only.
Are you trying to start a ruckus in here?
Are you trying to stir the pot?
Are you trying to?
Because I will ban you.
No.
What?
I know you can't chat, and you were upset about it.
I know.
And we thought, okay, let me
So you can't just
let
give
me
a
clarify.
free sponsor.
We thought about going non-members only for the Q&As, but that would confuse everyone. They'd be
It
like,
would.
wait a
You do
second,
the
it's
opposite.
members only. So no, it's members only. But that's why we spent hours today taking all these questions in via email and putting them in here so people that are non-members can still ask questions. It was a valid question. Why not go non-members? Why not take that feature off for the Q&As? But it would just confuse everyone. It would be very difficult to monitor and manage and all that. But thanks for asking the most difficult question of the evening. No, I'm just kidding. It's all right. What I wanted to tell you.
And about the teeth thing.
No, not the teeth thing. No.
No.
Don't go teeth. I saw somebody up there just tell you that they're going to feed llamas tomorrow.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw that? Did
Yeah,
you want
that's
to tell
pretty
them
cool.
you retired your llama suit?
Yeah,
It's gone.
I don't like it.
Did you throw it away or is it gone?
It's in that garbage can it was in that garbage bag that's sitting in that hallway for months.
Oh, the garbage bag you put outside your hallway for like a month now?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah. No. The llama suit's gone. It's done. Yeah.
And about those 2 teeth. So mom has 2 teeth. So does that mean girls are supposed to have 2 babies?
I think it's time for you to go.
What?
Well, time
Okay,
to go
bye.
now. See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye. So, what's that called? Genetically, humans can support 2 babies. When they start having more than 2, they can have triplets, but
they have quadruplets.
oh my gosh, can he go now?
All right,
Okay.
you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta
This
go.
is
Next
turning
question
into
coming
adults
up.
only.
Coming up, next question.
Okay, Julie, you gotta go.
Okay.
Julie says when you bred Charlotte, she was acting like she was still in heat, and you made a comment that she might have to go back to the boys. So do they go out of heat immediately if successful? So we kind of covered this one. They do not fall right out of heat just because they were bred. It is a time thing. So
Yeah.
it's an amount of time that they spend in heat is about 3 days, but it is a standing heat, which will be the strongest part of their heat cycle. The most fertile window of their heat cycle is about 12 hours. So why I made that comment was that maybe she was in early heat, which means I'm seeing signs of heat. I'm seeing like maybe her tail is flagging, maybe she's a little chatty, but when I put her in with the male, she's running around with her head chopped off because she's not that ready. She's ready, but she's not that ready. She's like, oh, I forgot to shave my legs, kind of ready. What?
First Tyler, now you. Okay.
Listen, we went there, so
Right now.
talking about breeding goats.
Sure.
Anyway, so she needs the night to prepare a little more, and then
Yeah.
she goes
Okay,
back in the
next
morning.
question. Yep.
Okay. All right. Louise Saint said, asked, have you had any sets of triplets born? Also, have you sighted any bears or bobcats on your property? So, yes, we've had a couple sets of triplets. None of them have ever been like
successful. All 3.
uneventful is the word I was
Uneventful,
looking
yes,
for.
Yes.
We did have 3 live babies come out, but there was like
There was some neurological issue with one.
No. So we had Sammy, Kristoff, and Sven. They were our very first kids ever.
Yeah.
Sammy passed away because he had a herniated intestine or something.
Yeah.
So within 24 hours, he passed away. He lived in the house. He actually slept in our bed.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we had the triplets. Danica had triplet boys. And he had what we called a sports injury. Remember his front leg or his back leg or something? Yep. We had to pull on him pretty hard to get him out.
Yep.
And
he was stuck.
So he had a little bit of a torn ligament that healed all on its own.
Yep.
But I guess that would be. It was an eventful delivery just because it was complicated. The positions of the babies are always tangled when it's triplets. Moo had triplets. She had Nevaeh first or Nevaeh last? She had Nevaeh first. And Nevaeh passed away just a couple hours after. But that was as a result of Cache Valley virus. Didn't have anything to do with the fact that she was a triplet or a complicated delivery. The delivery itself was actually for a triplet birth, was
Yeah.
the most uncomplicated delivery we've had out of
Yeah.
triplets. She just wasn't destined to live. So.
And as for the bobcats, bears
yeah.
or bobcats, bears, no. I think I saw a bobcat once.
We caught a bobcat on our trail cam once.
Yeah.
Bears, I know, have been on our road, but never seen on our property. Knock on wood.
Allison M asks, Harper has been following Moo around. Is that because she can smell each other's hormones, or does being in heat make them more affectionate? It's kind of like a sorority house in college. All the girls will start cycling together. So whether like Moo went in 2 days ago or yesterday, 24 hours ago.
She was in this morning.
Right, but her
And
original yesterday, and then within that 24 hours, Harper's like, "Oh, I smelled that. You know what? I'm feeling a little." And then, so yeah, it does create them all to kind of start cycling together.
So what I think happens is that because the girls are going into visits with their boys, they come back to the herd smelling like the boys. It's like a built-in buck rag. When somebody has goats and they don't have a buck on the property, we give them a towel or a rag and we rub it all over the male to get that urine smell, that very distinct buck smell, and they can smell it. The girls can then smell that, and that helps bring them into a really strong heat. So essentially what we're doing every time we breed a goat and they come back into the herd, the girls who aren't in heat smell that boy essence on that girl, and they're like, oh, I could be ready soon.
Right.
And so that's kind of what Harper did over the last 24 hours. Yeah. She might have been flirting with the idea of being ready for a boy, and then she smelled Moo and she's like, oh, now I'm really ready. Yep.
Here comes another one.
This might sound like a silly question, but what would the babies of an Alpine/La Mancha crossing pair be? So we call them Almanchas.
Yes.
That's not a technical term. It's just what we call them.
Right.
I'm sure other
hasn't been done enough. It's just like the Labradoodle. At one point, the lab and the poodle got together. The lab and the poodle, and now you got Labradoodles. They're some of the most popular dogs. Yeah. But it just had the Almanchas.
Well, it's not a recognized breed. It's a crossbreed. So it technically it's just a cross. But we just, for ease of conversation, just call it an Almancha.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, am I at the bottom of our list? I'm getting close.
Yeah, looks like it.
Here's another one.
So Nikki asked, how will you know when the ladies have been bred successfully and are done breeding for the season?
Good question,
Yeah,
Nikki.
It's a really good question. So we're going to breed everybody as they come into heat. And then essentially we set a timer for 18 to 21 days. And within that 18 to 21 day window, if we do not visually see signs of them coming back into heat, so that'd be tail flagging, some chattiness, some mucus in their lady parts, or any other signs of heat, then we give them till about 50 days post-breeding.
Yeah.
We would assume that they're pregnant, but how we do this, and a lot of people skip this next part, which is fine, but how we do it is then at around 50 days into their pregnancy, or since the time that they were last bred, we bring Dr. Kara here and we do ultrasounds to hopefully see babies.
I'm almost thinking, and this is just now you guys get a little behind the scenes conversation. Based on what happened last year, we should add 5 days.
I already did.
You did, okay.
Because I used to do it between 40 and 45 days, and now I'm pushing more like 50, 55 days.
Exactly. They were too small, and the other Dr. Kara's assistant was able to see them better.
She couldn't even find Harper's, and Harper was
60
days pregnant. So
I mow the lawn. My head's itchy. Yeah,
no, he's stressing out.
I got to shout. That too.
So 50 days.
Yeah.
If I can sit on the hands that long and not call Dr. Kara and be like, can you come and ultrasound? But at that point, we like to, the embryos are big enough where we can see them.
Right.
But they're also small enough where we can count them.
Right. There is a fine balance there.
We try to get far enough into the pregnancy without getting too far in where, like Gunter this past year, that, that pregnancy was far enough along where Gunter was counted twice.
Yep.
And we thought that Moo was pregnant with triplets again, and she really wasn't.
Okay.
But that can happen because it's not like human ultrasounds.
Right.
So.
Here comes another one.
Over the years, I've noticed you're bringing in animals for food and milk. Will there be plans for fish in the pond? If so, what kinds?
Oh my God, I would love to put fish in the pond, but that's a challenge. So there's a couple things. One, our pond does dry out. If we go through a drought, I'd have to there's a couple things that would have to happen. And I've looked into this. So funny you said this, because tomorrow's video or Monday's video is a pond video, which is funny. But I'm doing a video talking about ponds, sort of. You'll have to watch. But we'd have to get rid of the tall grass. The grass that's so tall in that pond takes over the whole pond, and there's like no room.
There's a lot of cattails.
There's a lot of work that would have to be done. Excavate the pond to make it more like 6 to 8 feet deep instead of like 2 feet deep in most of it. Clean it out, excavate it, that type of thing. Hopefully make it so it doesn't dry out in a drought, or at least has a little
Which we
section.
haven't had that problem lately.
Right, we haven't had that problem lately, but where the fish can move to one side if it dries out, type of thing.
Well, also when it freezes.
When it freezes, they can stay healthy and all that. And I've thought about it. You could put bass in there. You could put tilapia in there. Can tilapia and bass live together? I know a lot of homesteaders will build a pond and do tilapia because they're like mudfish or whatever. They'll eat anything. They're cheap. They breed like crazy. It's one of the reasons tilapia is so cheap.
Yeah.
But then you have to deal with state, federal, and local agencies because you have the Environmental Protection Agency on you. It becomes this whole like, oh, your fish are going to poop and that water is going to go downstream and kill some frogs over there. So it gets really challenging to try to pull that off. So I'd love to, but I don't think it'll happen.
I also don't think our pond is big enough.
It might not be. I don't know.
It's a glorified puddle.
It is. It's. I think it's big enough based on others I've seen. I can't remember the name of them. They live on 1 acre and they built Reedham and Weep built a tilapia pond, and I think they live on 1 acre. And they built a man-made tilapia pond in their backyard. Yeah. No bigger than what we have. Yeah. Half the size, I'm thinking.
Typo actually had a follow-up question. She did not mean to say Alpine and La Mancha, so we called them Almanchas. She meant Almancha/La Mancha.
Oh,
like 80 we bred back to Giovanni.
Right, so it's just more La Mancha.
It's just now instead of being 50-50 Alpine and La Mancha, she's now 75-25
right.
La Mancha to Alpine.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons we bred her to, and it was not an ideal breeding, because I know we have committed that Thunder is the daddy to those babies, but there has always been a little bit of controversy about is Thunder actually the dad, considering that Thor and 80 came out kind of looking like a Toggenburg.
Right.
Now, Greta's color can absolutely factor into why they are the color that they are.
Yep. And
so I'm not going to get into a discussion about that. Also, they probably should have had wattles.
Yeah.
Because Dad, if they were from a Toggenburg, because Dad had wattles if the dad was a Toggenburg. And 50% of those babies would have had wattles. So the fact that neither one of them have wattles, chances are really, really, really high that Thunder is the dad. I feel like we're on a Maury Povich show. Thunder is the baby daddy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I go with that. However, when you think about who 80 should be breeding with, if we're not sure who the dad is, then Grayson's out of the question because that is Thunder's dad. And then Moose is out of the question because that is potentially whoever else.
Right.
The Toggenburg that bred them, because there was one of two.
Yeah.
Toggenburg, who is still intact at the moment. They are out of the question if you don't know for sure
Right.
who the dads to these babies are. But then we know for a fact that Giovanni is also the dad to Greta.
Yeah.
It was a lose-lose. There was absolutely nobody on this farm that she could breed with that was not a closely related pairing. But I felt like this was the best breeding that we could do. I didn't want her to lean more towards the alpine side of things, considering the ear situation.
Right.
I wanted them to go back and have traditional La Mancha ears.
Yeah.
So I kept 80 with Giovanni.
Yeah. So this actually brings me to two questions. Claudia Lopez.
Okay.
Can you do a DNA on Thunder in the twins to see if Thunder is the dad?
Yes.
Yes, we can. It's money we weren't willing to spend. It's just.
I'm not going to show if they were.
But it can be done.
If I wanted to show them.
Right.
Or if the next owner, if there is a next owner, wanted to know for sure, then absolutely we could DNA Thunder. We have his hair and their hair, and we just send it off.
It could make a really good Maury Povich kind of YouTube
video. Yeah, it would come in a folder and everything.
Like we'd open that thing live right here, be like, and the daddy is. Oh wait, hang on. We got to talk about like that whole suspense they do, right?
Commercial break,
like at the,
yeah.
Oh, that could be. Well, I might have to look that up.
It's
how much
expensive.
It would, yeah,
I
okay,
remember
never
the
mind.
Smiths had to do that because they
had an accidental breeding of
breeding.
a shogo, right? And they had to know them. Yeah.
Well, they had to know just for registration purposes because this doe was going to go off to a show home.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they were not purebreds because they only did the one breed. They only did Oberhausley's.
Right.
So they just needed to know who the father was just for DNA, just for registration purposes.
So I actually have another email, a question that came in from Claudia Lopez.
Okay.
That made it in too late to get put on the screen.
Okay.
So, are you going to breed Rainy this year? She has 3 questions in one email. Impressive.
So yes.
Are you going to breed Rainy this year?
Yes.
What good age for Gus to be breeding with the girls? We kind of already talked about that. He's just a little slower.
So it sounds like 6 months for him is not long enough. But, I mean, as we know, 4 months was plenty long for Thunder.
Right, exactly.
So there's a wide range of when, just like in humans, that we all come into maturity at different times.
Right.
Some are early bloomers and some are late bloomers. And it turns out Gus is a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And he's not here's how we probably should have known that Gus wasn't ready. He hasn't started peeing on his face yet.
Right, we said that
he's
earlier.
He's still real clean. And so if he's not doing that, he's not ready to mount anybody.
Right.
I saw a question up higher. Rosemary asked, how come Mumu is humping others?
I saw that too.
That is all part of being in heat. She is feeling a little extra frisky. Sometimes the mounting can be the girl who's doing the mounting is either in heat or the girl that's doing the mounting is picking up that the girl she's mounting is in heat. So it can be quite a confusing sign. It's not that reliable, but somebody in that pairing is in heat.
Right. Is it raining out?
I don't know.
Does anybody know if it's raining?
Actually, I heard it was supposed to be raining tonight.
Right. I hope it's not raining.
Well, it might be. We did not answer the question about...
One more. Aaron, do the goats eat more hay in the summer or in the winter? Winter. And the reason, winter, the grass outside is yay big, and they're pregnant, so they're eating for more than one.
And it's cold.
And it's cold, and the hay keeps them warm.
Yep.
Right.
So
definitely winter.
Their rumens, the more they eat hay, the more they're fueling that furnace. That is what we call the rumen. So when it's cold out, they're going to fly through hay like nobody's business because they're constantly trying to add more, wood to the fire. Plus, they've got little parasites growing inside of them, so they're going to be eating more then. And like Aaron said, there's no grass for them to be eating. They barely even leave the cover of the porch in the wintertime. So no grass to eat. Summer is warmer, so they're not going to eat as much. Plus, they've got all of this yummy, delicious grass, which is even better than second cut. So they're going to be out there eating that more than hay.
I'll let you take a look at that one. It's not really a question, so I wasn't sure if we wanted to say anything there. Can you do a DNA? I already saw that. I'm just looking to see if I can catch any question. Oh, did you do a town?
Do they want us to use their name?
I don't know.
Or keep them quiet?
You can keep them quiet.
Okay.
And just say something.
Somebody just had something nice to say.
From the form, from the question.
From the they're shy, so I don't want to put their name out just in case they didn't want their name to be said. I just wanted to say a big thank you for all you do, and I'm so very sorry Frio has gone to heaven, but so blessed he had Simon's Farms as his family. I am on the shy side, and with all that's happening in my own life, I feel blessed that Simon's Farms is still making the villagers happy. God bless you, SSF. And that right there is what it's all about.
Yes, exactly. I saw this one come through earlier. Something about Thor being separate from 80.
So
if she
80
gets
is pregnant, what are we going to do with Thor? We've given it some thought, and I'm going to have to continue to give it some thought.
Yeah. And
I don't really want to make any decisions until I know for sure that that's even something we need to contemplate. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah. And then I got another question that came in from Susan that said, who did 80 have a visit with?
Right. So we did have 80 go breed with Giovanni.
Yes.
After a lot of deliberation, which I'm surprised that she didn't have more signs of heat, although she is young.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had her go in with Giovanni.
Telling Tyler to take care of something.
Okay.
We made it through all the questions.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now you could look up in chat, or anybody in chat that might have wanted to ask a question, or if we didn't get to something.
So Vicky H asked, will you keep trying to Gus out this season? I think so, but I have my suspicions are breeding season is going to be done in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think we're a ticking time bomb for Lucy and Sadie to come into heat.
Right.
And once they come into heat, Gus's job would be done, pretty much. I think those are the only other La Manchas that I was going to breed with him.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I don't trust... Sadie has a history with new bucks, okay? And I don't want to traumatize Gus as much.
Yeah, Sadie will headbutt Gus.
Sadie will make Gus jump on top of his house and never want to come down, because that's what she did to Giovanni her first year.
Oh, yeah.
And we actually had to use Charlie to breed with Lucy her first year. Charlie was a more established buck. He was older.
Yeah.
And so he knew what he was doing and wasn't going to be pushed around.
Right.
While Giovanni was still, recovering from his traumatic event that was breeding Sadie. So
I'm spending a lot of time with Harper here.
I don't think even if we try to use Gus at all, I'm going to need to see him peeing on his face before I put another doe in there with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you muck out House of Pie? Yes, we did. We did. We had to muck out House of Pie before we were able to hit 105 bales of hay in there. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle.
You can't even walk in there
barely
nicely.
Walk. That'll be Wednesday's video if my plan doesn't change. You'll see that. So yeah, we mucked it out, put in all the new hay. I do have plans to possibly, don't hold me to it, possibly muck out Cassie's Castle on Monday. If weather permits, I might do it. I don't know. Mm-hmm. If not, it's going to have to wait until all that hay in that center aisle's out of the way. Because I need all that hay out of the way in order to do it anyways. Mm-hmm. And the backhoe is on the tractor now, which means it'll be easier to muck out. So I might as well do it while the backhoe's on. I got to get the backhoe back off to put, there's like so much.
There's a lot of moving parts.
There's a lot of moving parts and so much going on that it's like, when do we get muck out done?
Yeah.
The meat chickens are going to move to the pig pen eventually.
We just
Like
have to
within the next
secure that
week,
up a little more.
roughly. But yeah, we got to secure it a little more because they're not going to fly. Meat chickens usually don't fly.
I'm not worried about them flying.
It's more predators getting in.
Correct.
So
even like our barn cats.
Right. So we just need to cage it in a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris West said you have hay wasters in the barn. Do you think?
Yeah.
Did you think of lids on the hay feeders?
Yeah, you can't really do a lid on the hay
Right.
feeder, but we can, and I've thought about it, making our hay feeders taller so they can't eat out of the top. They're forced to eat through the slats. Yeah, we've discussed it, but why did that happen?
Because you didn't actually turn your phone off.
I did. Oh, I didn't turn all of it off. Got
Exactly.
it. So yeah, we've talked about it, but it has not been done. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Marianne asked, first, hold on, because Lisa Annette Miller, member for 13 months. Love you, Simons. Can't wait for baby goats. I can't wait for baby goats either.
So
Actually, I can. I'm a little like, while I don't want to miss or skip over like the other parts of.
I kind of like October and November because it's our downtime. It's our, oh my gosh, we got to do the barn. It's 9:00 at night and it takes 6 minutes. That's nice.
It is
we
nice.
Like that.
The downtime right now, like there's a lot of things that this is our season of rejuvenating before the craziness starts back up.
Right.
Like there's things that we're able to do. Time constraints aren't as tight right now with, having to spend hours in the barn in the morning and night milking and, everything that goes with all that and babies and breeding breeding. After we're done breeding, it really, really slows down.
Yeah, it slows down.
It's nice. It's a nice welcomed break. The store's not open. Snuggles aren't happening.
But we need to prepare for Black Friday, and our products need 6 weeks to cure, so we need
I
that.
was on top of that this year.
Right,
I'm all set.
right. We're pretty good. But
I literally made my last Black Friday soap last week. I'm done.
But we have Simple Suds we're making this week or next week. We have another project we're working on. We have a lot going on.
There's still, there's still a lot.
It's still hunting season, and I only went hunting once and saw nothing. Yeah. So a lot of hunting this week.
Right.
I might be missing from the barn. I might be hunting a lot. Because the barn's getting easy to do. So if I'm sitting out in the woods,
Right. Marianne Fisher asked, do you know how Jules is doing? I do not. As much as I love when past families keep in touch with me about the kids, they don't always. So once they leave and I'm like, you can update us anytime, I would love that.
Yeah, we can't prod and
I can't be like, how are they doing?
Right.
Because they're not mine anymore.
Right.
And I have to just assume like no news is good news. So.
Yep. And then that kind of goes along with this question too. They're not our goats, so I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, I do know the answer to that. It's just not my news to share. So.
Right.
I mean, the short of it is, yes, she's breeding some of her goats this year, but details, if she wants to chime in, she can.
Right, but she can't because she'd have to be a member, and none of our friends.
She can go on Simon's.
That's true. She could shoot us an email. I'll keep it here just in case. Yeah, just in case you're watching, Angie. Send an email.
So Kathy Gamby asked, I don't remember if you said if Evelyn has come into heat yet.
Oh, I saw that.
So okay, I have some girls who came into heat, but it was too soon for them to be bred. So I sat on my hands, as hard as that is, because I hate seeing a girl in a great heat and being like, I'll just wait till next month. And then they don't have a great heat that month.
So while she looks that up.
It's right here.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Chanel, Evelyn, Deandra, Greta, and Rainey all came into heat around the 14th and 15th of September. So that's why I said by the first week in October, I'm really expecting a lot of those girls who aren't in heat right now to come back into heat. Greta, well, we all know Greta likes to breed recreationally. So once she sees girls are going over to visit with Giovanni, she's like, well, I could go too, and I'll make it look like I need to. I don't buy the fact that she came into heat already.
Yeah.
So I do expect that she's going to come into heat again and actually be in heat this time. But yeah, Evelyn has come into heat, but she was not bred.
Got it.
So as of today, Harper, Moo, 80, Grace, Greta maybe, Genevieve, and Charlotte were all bred, came into heat, and were bred.
Yeah.
So their timers, their 18 to 21 day timers, are officially set. If we don't see them come back into heat, that means they were successfully bred.
Yep.
Except for Greta, who might still come into heat.
So here's
Here's
a question about 80 and those guys from earlier.
Yep. So if Giovanni fathered Thor and 80, wouldn't they have La Mancha ears instead of elf ears? Yes. But as we remember, Greta, being the hussy that she is, got herself knocked up by Thunder.
Right.
We suspect Thunder. So Giovanni
Thunder's got
did.
Big ears. Right.
Yeah, and Thunder was an Alpine. So that's why Thor and 80 have elf ears instead of the traditional La Mancha ear. So we know for sure, that Thor and 80 were not fathered by a La Mancha. What?
Yeah.
Harper is Aaron's stress goat and Moo.
Yeah.
Do you need Stella too?
Nope, Stella's good. She didn't want to come close to my camera. I was trying to put her on the close-up cam. She didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
She's sitting there on that cam. That's not a great... Look at Piper's belly. That was actually kind of funny.
Don't judge.
Yeah.
She's a growing girl.
Now she's stretching out. Yeah.
She's a cute
funny.
little face. She's drooling. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh. How are the other baby chickens doing? So those chickens are actually getting pretty... I'm going to put these back.
You look ridiculous.
Those chickens are actually getting pretty big, too. I have to... Probably within a week, I have to make the switch. Meat birds have to go outside. Little chicks get to now run around the little chicken pen in the garage.
There's like 15 of them.
There's like 15.
Right?
They're going to have so much room.
So there's 12
Yeah.
chicks that, for the first time in my life with you...
Yeah.
You called me.
I know. I can't
and was
believe
like,
it. I bought a heartbeat.
How many chicks do you want? I'm at Tractor Supply. And I was like,
Want to know why I said that?
I don't want
they were
chicks.
50 cents a piece.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really want those chicks, but I guess we're getting chicks, so get 3 of each.
Yeah.
And then you were like,
They gave me 4 of each for the
Yeah.
price of 3. They were just trying. It's the last run at Tractor Supply. They want to shut down the whole chicken thing. And
for the season, yeah.
they were pretty much giving them away. So,
Yeah.
and we needed new egg layers.
And we only hatched out 3 of,
yeah, we only had
which
3.
was a medical miracle, by the way.
Right.
Because the youngest chicken in our coop right now is about 5 years old. So every egg they lay is literally like a woman that has passed menopause.
Yeah, having a
baby. So the fact that we got 3 of the silky chicks to even hatch was amazing. But I didn't want to just add silky chicks to the flock.
Right.
So these
careful there.
some of them could be roosters too, which is fine because we need a full-size rooster. But these chickens,
right,
they'll add a little bit more color to the flock.
and we'll get more eggs
Lots
because
more
we
eggs.
were having trouble. I was eating. I don't mind duck eggs. I'll eat them, but we were having trouble keeping up with just chicken egg consumption.
Yeah.
Between selling some at the store and eating, we just needed new chickens. So I bought 50-cent chickens. And that's what has to happen. The meat birds got to go out. The baby chicks have to take over that whole pen. Mm-hmm. And then eventually the baby chicks will go live with the bigger chicks once they can handle the cold, really. Are Miles and Shyla still there?
Yep.
I've seen them. Yeah, Miles and Shyla are around. Oh.
Yeah. Katrina asked, will Angie's girls be bred with your boys?
I did see that.
Yes. That will happen.
Yeah.
More driveway breedings will happen. To be exciting.
Yep.
I
saw this one down here, but I don't even know who AJ.
You don't know who AJ is?
Oh yes, I remember. You're right.
God.
I remember AJ.
How?
I do.
Where?
Once you said that look like this, you don't know who AJ. I figured it out.
AJ's good.
Yeah.
He's actually very close friends with Gunter in their in his new herd. Lily and Tiger are good, obviously still very close. And Lily and her big brothers, well, I guess they're actually her uncles,
Yeah.
are, I'd have to sit here and do some like family trees to see exactly how they're related. But actually, I think they're more half big brothers than they are uncle, because there's no mother relation, but there's father relation. They share the same dads, so half brothers.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only needed a minute to figure that out. But yeah, so Samson and Sterling are keeping a close eye on Lily, Tiger and Lily.
I forgot to tell you, I saw them at CVS. Now that I know
Not Tractor Supply?
Now that I know who we're
shocked.
talking about, CVS parking lot.
Shocked.
Bradley and Jace were like, "Who is it?" I was like, "Oh, it's just a fan. Don't worry." You know,
Oh,
they
so-
thought it was funny. I was like, "Yep, here they are again."
We always see Stephen and Kelly in town.
Yep, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this out loud, but I don't think they care. They're getting 2 more donkeys.
Oh no, they already have those donkeys.
Oh, they're already there.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
videos and pictures of those
New donkeys?
New donkeys.
Yep.
Yes, they rescued 2 more
more
donkeys.
Yep.
So they have a growing
Donkey herd.
herd. Is it still called a herd?
I don't know.
Of
That's a
donkeys?
good question.
Gaggle of donkeys?
A gaggle?
I don't
A
know.
group of
Gaggle.
donkeys.
I don't know. A murder
No.
of
Oh.
crows. Okay. No. Okay, let's see. Yep, we answered that. Yep, we answered that. Aren't baby layers
Oh.
infertile until like 1 year till they lay as a
What is
pullet?
a group of donkeys called?
So they
A group of donkeys is called a drove. 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 A drove. Of
a
donkeys.
drove of donkeys.
That's so herd. I like herd better. Yeah. Herd makes so much more sense.
Okay, so
Okay, what?
as far as chickens go, they can absolutely be fertile. So okay,
Oh, right
aren't
here.
baby layers infertile until like 1 year till they lay as a pullet? So actually, a pullet is a female chicken that is under a year old but has started laying. So it's that time between 6 and 12 months of age is pretty much what a pullet is.
So why is it when you go to Tractor Supply they have chickens labeled as pullets?
Well, because they're females.
Because they're females. So they've already sexed them at
Yes.
that point? Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Which,
You-
by the way, out of the 14 chickens I bought, where it was 4, 4, and 4, these 2 groups of 4 were all girls.
Right.
This group of 4 was straight run. We
meaning
don't-
you could get boys
we
or
can
girls.
get boys or girls. We
Which
don't
is
know.
fine. Well, those were the Wyandottes, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's fine. I would actually prefer at least one of them to be a rooster, and chances are 3 of them are roosters and one of them is a pullet.
Right.
Yeah, so you can technically hatch pullet eggs.
Yeah.
I would wait until they're closer, until they've been laying for at least maybe a month or
Yeah.
2, because pullet eggs are notorious for being just a little small.
Yeah.
So in order for the chick to have room,
Yeah, makes
enough
sense.
room genetically, because it's going to grow genetically big as the breed
Right.
is, you know. So if the egg is small for the breed, chances are you're going to have some issues. But once the chicken's been laying for about a month or 2, her egg size is what it's going to be
Right.
as a full-size chicken. And there's no reason a rooster at about 9 months old can't father babies.
Right. So after the chickens are done,
Yeah.
are we getting a zonkey?
No.
That was a joke.
Hard no.
We are not getting a zonkey. By the way, they cost like 10 grand. It is not happening.
Right.
Yeah, that's how much the one. Actually, it was so I talked to Daniel. I don't know if he's watching. He'll text me probably if he is.
Mm.
It was the baby zebra. I think they were at the auction,
Mm-hmm.
and the baby zebra went
what
up
kind
into
of
like
auction
the
do you go
10,000.
to?
I think it's an exotic pet
Mm,
auction thing.
That makes sense.
Exotic animals or something like that.
Gotcha.
I think that's what he said. They pushed up there, like way up there at the
Yeah.
auction. They went high.
Yeah.
For the baby zebra.
So Chris asked a question. I love answering this question, actually.
Uh-oh.
How do you tell female chicks? Like, how do you tell a female from a male chicken?
Yeah.
So here's what happens. At about 6 months old, it's
Yeah.
going to either crow or it's going to lay an egg.
Yeah.
That's how you tell. Actually, that's my fun answer for silkies because they're notoriously hard to sex. They're slow to mature. So typically, a full-size chicken like a Wyandotte or an Orpington, you'll be able to tell at around 8 weeks old because the rooster's comb here will be a color. It'll be pink or even red. It'll be much larger than the counterpart females. That will be absolutely nothing until she hits sexual maturity at around 6 months old.
Right.
Actually, it's not 6 months. It's about 20 to 25 weeks. That's at around 20 weeks old is when she starts developing her comb. So if your chick is 8 weeks old and already has some color in its comb, chances are it's going to be a rooster. Yeah.
But there's another way they do it. At about a day old.
Yeah,
It's not
I don't recommend that.
appropriate. It's not recommended. It's called venting.
No, it's totally appropriate.
Okay.
I refuse to do it because you can cause damage to the
Right.
chick, and you have to be like taught by somebody how to do this. And a YouTube video is not the way you learn. So you open up the vent and you peek inside, and there's but in that
And you peek
inverted.
inside.
When you're inverting that vent a little bit, you can absolutely
Right.
do damage because they're so little.
But
So
that's how it's done.
that's how it's done in a hatchery.
in the big hatchery world, like the way the food is produced in the U.S. They look
Well,
at
even the commercial hatcheries for
Right,
chicks,
right.
like for laying.
they look at the chick, they open up the vent, and they're like, "Oh, girl, boy, girl," and the girls go off and lay eggs for all your eggs in the grocery stores, and the boys go that way. Yeah. But that's how they do it. They
There's
flip it
also some breeds of chickens that are called sex-linked, meaning that at birth they hatch from their egg, and there is a visual difference in color. So, like we got some of the red
I think some of the
stars,
ones we got were. Yeah.
some of them are literally just called sex-linked chickens, but they're part of a breed that is their sex is linked by the color of feathers that they have at birth. So say it's a Rhode Island Red. Don't quote me on this, but I know Rhode Island Reds are sex-linked. But at birth, a Rhode Island Red boy is going to be darker than a Rhode Island Red girl. Could be flopped because I'm not 100% sure, but that's how it is. Visually, the feathers, the fluff on that chicken is going to be lighter or darker, and that is going to tell you whether they're male or female.
Yep. That's how you do it.
Or is
All
that
right.
all of our questions?
That is pretty much it. I'm going to run over to your photos here.
Okay.
I'm going to pop them up on the screen, and you're going to tell us why it's here.
Okay.
It's a
Let's
photo
see.
fun.
Let's see.
Boom.
Oh, that was 80's first time being bred without being too graphic.
Yes, good call. All right, here we go. We're going to the next photo.
Well, we already talked about that
Jake.
one.
That was when I
That was
lost
like-
Jake, and Mom told me where he was.
Right.
We're going to go to it again anyways.
So that was us on the Out of the Darkness suicide prevention walk.
Yep.
Jake wearing his green beads, which represented somebody who struggles with their mental health. And then I'm wearing my blue beads as somebody who supports somebody else struggling with their mental health.
Yes. Video coming soon.
Yes.
Grab your tissues.
So that was us going to get shakes, crossing the river,
Yep.
over the river and through the woods to shakes
On the boat.
on the ferry boat.
On the ferry boat.
Yep.
Yep. That was us.
The same river that we ended up swimming in after we got
After we went on our hike.
life and death.
Jake, don't think we have any photos
Hike.
of our hike. But here comes another photo in photo time. This is the photo time segment of our show.
Photo
we
times.
We need one of those like dun 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 dun. dun. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
okay, let me get on to that.
Never mind.
Okay. So that was Piper. She didn't exactly want to get out of bed that morning.
I'm still here.
So she was like, "Do I have to?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's time
You
to
have
go.
to get out of bed."
Yep.
Yep.
You guys, most of you have seen this.
Yeah. So this was last night, actually, while we were breeding Moo to Gus, which was not successful. It actually didn't rain, and yet we were surprised to see this beautiful, super vibrant
It
don't
was
think
actually brighter than that picture shows.
The photo doesn't even do it justice. That and it was a double rainbow.
Yeah.
And it was really pointing right behind House of Pie where Frio was buried. So we took that as a sign that, Frio was watching over, that whole life and death on the farm.
Right.
Here we are. We lost Frio the night before,
Yeah.
and here we are the very next day, breeding the next generation.
Right.
Of babies.
I'm surprised that just turned off like that.
Uh-huh.
That was weird.
Okay.
It got super quiet.
Listen, it was a hard week for everybody, but I think Piper took it the worst.
Yeah.
She didn't want to get out of bed, and here she is. She's like, oh, I'm going to fall asleep in my food bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever have those moments where you're like, I could totally eat right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that right now. Dinner is calling my name downstairs.
Yeah, mine too.
Yep.
My belly always says dinner. That caption is like, Grandma, you smell different. So this past week was, we bred Genevieve was the first one that we bred. Genevieve, and I think it was Charlotte. And Thor noticed that Mom or Grandma smelled different.
Yep.
So, was that it?
Last but not least.
Probably the only person on the farm that had a great week.
Yes, that's a good point.
He was happy.
He's a happy boy.
All the boys are.
All that black on his face is just dirty fur from him
yellow.
peeing on himself.
No, he has a natural.
Oh yeah, that yellow.
So the black, it's really the yellow highlights that he has are supposed to be white.
Yes,
and they are now urine tinged.
Yes, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Now I did see a comment, and I'm gonna say something up here. We're gonna find it. Here it is.
Okay.
Love that you did a breeding love stream, meaning love stream or live stream. I'm not sure if that was a typo.
Maybe it was love stream.
That's pretty much what it turned into.
That's what it was. It was love cam.
Oh, somebody else wrote. I clicked on the wrong one. No, I did click on the right one. That's good. So we will occasionally do live from our phone, quick, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be 20 minutes or whatever. Everybody can join. It won't be a members only. It'll be everyone can jump in because they're from our mobile. So it's just easier. Just let everybody jump in, have a good time, see what's going on real quick, and we're in and out in 20 minutes to a half an hour or whatever. So that could happen every now and then, just saying.
Well, especially this time of year when there is just a lot of things happening on the fly.
Right.
We just don't always know when a girl is going to come into heat. The outdoor camera has been great for, the swing cam gets a pretty decent view of the buck pens.
Right.
And so things will be happening over there. We're doing our best to try to, keep people updated between our Facebook page. We're utilizing the community tab a lot right now.
The community tab on YouTube is utilized a lot.
Yeah. So we'll put out public posts there for those who don't have Facebook, but and are lurkers. So if you're a lurker and you don't have Facebook, we're putting a lot of our really important Facebook posts on the community page.
Oh, you could leave them alone.
For everybody to see.
Yeah.
So if, like when we announced that Frio had passed away, that was Facebook, but it also went on our community page. If you're not sure how to get to the community page,
I might be able to show you right now. Hang on.
You go right to the homepage of our channel. So Syman Says Farms live channel. And you'll see tabs that go across the top where, depending on if you're on mobile, it's weird on mobile.
On mobile, it's a little, no, it's still there.
It is still there, but it's just a different layout.
Yeah.
And you'll see one that says community. So you'll click on the community tab.
It's going to be hard for me. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now you should be able to see it. So if I pop over here.
Let's share our screen.
Share our screen.
Just a little teaching moment before we go.
Yep. Share screen.
And now Piper has the hiccups.
Main screen. And then we're going to jump.
What are you doing? You're being crazy now.
Once it starts to share. Here it is. Is it on screen? Yeah. I think it's on screen.
I think so.
Ah, there it is. Now it's on screen. So this is our channel.
So
right?
teach
I
them
don't
how you
know if
got
you could
there.
I don't know if you could see our mouse, but you would literally type in, Syman Says Farms live, right?
It's going to bring you right to
you
that
show
page.
up here maybe there, and you click on our channel.
Mhm.
And if it loads, because this computer's really slow, there you go. You're on our channel.
So that's what I say is the home page.
That's called the browse or whatever in YouTube world.
don't know.
Ow, thank you.
Piper.
But you have 3 live videos going on right now, which is funny because I killed one of them. I shut it down.
Well, it's
Just
still
still
there.
stuck there.
Anyway,
But
across the top, those are what we call tabs.
So you can hit here to see all our videos,
Mhm.
which that's the live video we did from the cell phone the other day. And then you can go to playlists, or you can come all the way over here to community, and that's where you will see community posts put up. And in our world, we see all of them. In your world, you'll only, like, this one went out to everybody because it was Q&A.
Yeah, the Frio
The
one
Frio one went out to
everybody.
everyone. But you'll see members only posts pop up in here. And when we post these, we can tell YouTube what member level to show it to. So like this one was private goat snuggles. So it only went out to the members that get that private goat
It wasn't
snuggle.
private. It was a virtual goat snuggle.
Virtual goat snuggle. So it only goes out to those people.
Scroll up for a second.
Am I going back up?
Yeah. So that is the community tab. That's where members are going to find members only content and posts. And that's also where everybody can find like the public stuff that we're like these links that you're going to need for Q&A, reminders about
I'm going to stop sharing.
Yeah. So you can remove that. So that's where you're going to find stuff like that.
And the other thing I'm trying to do too, because I slacked off a little bit, is the calendar on our website, which I need you to go in there and do some updates on that calendar too.
By the way, while we were gone,
oh my God, what the heck?
Piper has, hold on, don't move. I can't. She wiggled her way back there. And that's where
I went to lean back, and
Don't
I'm like,
lean back, you're
what's
squishing her.
going on?
You're squishing her. This is how she likes to sleep at night.
This is pretty
Just
much
all wiggled. Okay. Just all wiggled in there.
Yeah.
Come here.
So
now you're just
the other thing I'm trying to do, and we got to do some updates on our end too, is the calendar on our website. So you go to our website, scroll all the way to the bottom, right-hand side. There's a whole bunch of links there that are very helpful. Hit the calendar one, and you can literally drop events like Q&As and Wacky Wednesdays into your own calendar on your phone or wherever you use your calendar. And I'm trying to link, like, this Q&A link is in the calendar appointment. And I put the link in this time. I think I did. But it also might have put this link in all of the Q&As coming up. So it might have done something really weird, but occasionally you can find it there. Yep. Yeah. That's it.
So that's that.
Yep, it's dinner time.
I'm sure we have some. Well, we have to let the girls in, and
yes, we have to do that. We have to let the girls in. I have to see real quick. I don't see any other questions there, and no other questions got funneled in through. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, last minute question.
Wait a second. Linda made it. Linda said 4 roosters, 1 for each child. LOL. You said if we 4, they could be girls or boys, and they'll probably all be roosters.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
1 for each child.
3 roosters and a hen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, Stella and Piper. They're like, do we need to leave? Yes. We need to go now.
Yes. They
Dinner
have to
time.
do. Well, they have to eat too. They didn't eat before. I didn't feed them at least.
Nope. Neither did I. All right, we're going. That's it. Are you making more lip balm? Missing chocolate? Oh,
the chocolate orange. We have to make some
chocolate orange.
I think we'll probably restock before Christmas.
Chocolate orange out of stock?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah, we'll probably make more.
It is like legit out of stock though.
Yeah.
I think there was something that happened with that flavor oil too. I'm not sure we can make that one anymore.
Yeah, we'll have to look. There might be a little lip balm update.
There was
refresh.
something I was actually really mad about. Our hazelnut toffee this year is coming back because that was like a really popular one. But I literally, like, legit behind the scenes information right now, I only have 30 bottles.
Yeah.
30. That's it. Because that
Yep.
fragrance oil was discontinued, and none of my vendors, like none of
And we
them,
have like 5 different places. 5. I said 5. I meant 5.
none of them are carrying a hazelnut toffee.
Right.
So I could get a hazelnut and I could get a toffee, and I could probably try to. It's not going to be the same. So I used the only leftover hazelnut toffee fragrance oil I had left, and
made 30 bottles.
Made 30 bottles. So
If you're a fan of hazelnut toffee, hit that little notification button.
it's not there yet.
It's not there yet. When it gets added, hit
Yeah.
the little notification button so
Just
when
saying.
it comes into stock, you get an email.
Yeah. I've had people say, like, that one needs to come back. It needs to come back. And I'm like, oh, I want it to come back. But apparently
Yeah.
the vendor didn't
Nobody
think that
else
that was a
wanted it.
very popular fragrance. And so they did not bring it back this year.
So I did see this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
How rude.
That's what happens when I don't eat. I get tired.
Did you?
Amazon package.
I don't know.
That's not the chocolate covered
No.
pretzels that showed up.
No. That was
They're
another
so bad.
so awful.
I might have them for dinner.
Yeah.
But
we have peppermint K-cups right now. Did we buy those, or did they come in from Amazon?
I don't know where they come from.
I don't know.
I
They
didn't buy 'em.
I didn't buy. So yes, I think they gave.
I think they showed up. Yeah,
Yeah, because I did not buy those, but they're my favorite.
maybe.
They're not your favorite, so they're
Definitely not my
they're
favorite.
they're just
No way.
for me.
They are for you only. All right, now it's time to go. I
So
think.
thank you, though. I think that was Tracy.
Yes, I think it was Tracy.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to go.
No,
We'll see.
we have another. Valency says we have another package on the way.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
All right.
Whether there were notes inside these packages, not all packages come with notes, just so we know.
Yes.
And so things can get confusing. We open them up and we're real excited, and then we have no idea who to thank. So if you sent something recently, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Because
Here, I'll put it up here. Thank you very much.
yes, oh, thank you very much.
Let me
Oh
find
gosh,
it.
now you're Elvis.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was pretty funny.
Very much.
They are so much cuter
Oh
than me.
man.
All right, now
All
it's time to go. Now it's really time to
Yeah,
go.
now
Gotta go
it's
to
really-
the barn.
No, it's really
You take care of the dogs. I'll go to the barn.
you take care of the dogs. Oh, okay. I
And
got this.
another not Amazon. Oh Jesus!
Oh,
I think
boy.
she would. Wait a second. She was a chocolate covered pretzel person.
I don't think so.
Oh gosh.
I don't think so.
Tyler loves it. I'm just saying. Every time there's a package here, which by the way is starting to backfire because I bought something that he wasn't allowed to see, and he runs out and is like, "Oh, there's another package," and he opens them, and we're like, "Stop!
You can't open.
You can't
those.
open everything." And he's like, he just gets excited.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, gotta
Well,
go now.
he loves
Now
it,
it's time to go. See you later. Thank you,
Gotta
everyone.
eat.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Somewhere around here is the end button.